Hello. We've had some really exciting news in the Anglican continuum. If you remember, the Anglican continuum is formed of those churches which have walked away from the Episcopal Church after the Episcopal Church and the Anglican Communion have decided to change the sacraments. And in America, this happened in 1978, and in Britain, this has been happening since 1992, and still today. So the Anglican continuum exists of groups of people who have had to separate, and that separation has been very difficult because it's been a legal separation. And way back in the 70s, there were some very strong personalities. And after that separation happened in 1978, as you can imagine, there was a bit of confusion, because once you've sort of left a body that was sort of holding things together, well, different individuals go off in different ways. You see that at the Protestant Reformation in the 16th century. As soon as you leave the Roman Catholic Church, things become decentralized. Now, of course, that leaves the continuing Anglicans open to the charge of not being the true church, because a true church doesn't split. Well, there is a problem with that, because as you can see from the numbers of Protestant denominations and from the disagreements within the Orthodox Church is divided on certain issues, such as the ideas of rebaptism and the relationship with the Roman Catholic Church and various other things. That there are divisions within Orthodoxy, and there are divisions within Protestantism, and there are divisions within Anglicanism. In the 1970s, right towards the end, actually probably into the 80s, the continuing Anglican Church that was formed in 1978 from the Congress of St. Louis, it itself split into high church and low church factions. And that sort of still exists today. We still have the United Episcopal Church of North America, as being the sort of the low church group that came out of St. Louis. And the rest of us, well, there were further splits, mainly in the late 80s and the early 90s. And these splits were caused essentially by bishops having different agendas. And I think those agendas were due to different understandings of the identity of what continuing Anglicanism was. And so there were more continuing Anglican churches growing, particularly as I say in the 90s. But of course, at the turn of the century, the turn of millennium, I think we began to realise that actually we have more in common than we don't. And in 2017, we had a rather wonderful event where 4 continuing Anglican churches signed a concordat. And it wasn't just a concordat which said that they were in communion. It was a concordat that said that they will work together for organic unity, i.e. to become one church again, one group of Christians. And those 4 churches were the Anglican Church in America, the Anglican Province of America, the Diocese of the Holy Cross, and the Anglican Catholic Church. So since 2017, we have been working together. These four churches have been working together to become one. The first piece of good news was when the Diocese of the Holy Cross elected to become a diocese within the Anglican Catholic Church. And so the group of four, the G4 as it was known, became the G3. And we were blessed with the presence of Bishop Paul Hewitt from the Diocese of the Holy Cross in our College of Bishops, where he's been working for unity since. As for the others, the Anglican Church in America, the Anglican Province of America, and the Anglican Catholic Church, it's been a process of examining ecclesiastical structures, of canons, scrutiny of doctrine, and that sort of thing. So it's a slow process, but it's just been announced. Wonderful news that the Anglican Church in America has elected to unite with the Anglican Catholic Church. So that is now working. There are things to do. It's not done deal yet, but it is happening. The barriers between the two churches are seen as being incidental rather than integral. And it means that if once we've crossed the T's and dotted the I's, it should be quite a decent, quite a formal process. And then that will just leave our relationship with the Anglican Province of America and how we work there, so this is good news, because we are beginning to see what was the G4, the group of four, become the G3, and now within our sight is the G2, if you can have a group of two. What does this mean? It sounds rather irrelevant. It sounds like churches playing politics. In a sense, that's right. But in another sense, what's happening is that very rarely do churches come back together. Normally there is a split and things fall to bits. And you can see that all around the world. But there is now a spirit of, for want of a better word, realignment, where churches of similar theologies, similar expressions, are coming together and uniting, where the boundaries are being rewritten, and the historical reasons are being clarified, so that the church, if the church is going to be divided, it's going to be divided on doctrine and not on historical personalities, which is often what has happened in the past. Where Christ is, there is his church. And that means that if we are all working towards Christ, then we are moving towards Christ and therefore moving together. It can't be that one church is moving towards Christ, and another one is moving towards Christ, and they don't have convergence. The convergence is there. It's in front of it. How on earth can it? It's like parallel lines meeting at infinity. Only in our case, infinity is something real. It is God. So we have that unity, and we also have the idea of the vine and the branches. And because we have Anglican heritage, we are still part of that. We're still part of that vine. So I think this is very significant. This is very significant in the churches outside Rome. And you have to remember that Rome itself is struggling to hold together, because you certainly have some very powerful voices in places like Germany and in South America, which are promoting distortions of Roman Catholic theology, and that's going to have to be dealt with. And there needs to be that unity there. The Roman Catholic women priests movement is already effectively separated because of the rule that any ordinations of women in the Roman Catholic Church fall under an excommunication when that ordination happens. So there are always these tensions within every single church, and if any church tells it is united, it is one in itself, one needs to ask oneself, is that because every bishop, every person is directed towards Christ? That's the true unity. Are we directed towards Christ? Are we following Christ? Are we doing so truly? Are we doing so really? Or is it just in our own opinion that we're following Christ? And that's a dangerous thing. If we say we're following Christ, we have to be careful that it's not just an opinion. Because the Christ that someone might be following might not be Christ at all, but some diabolical image. The devil knows Scripture as well as any theologian, if not better, probably better. If we truly follow Christ, according to the revelation that he has given us, then we will come together. All the churches that truly follow Christ will come together, regardless of whether they're seen to be separate or unified. And that's the key thing here. And it's what's driving us in the Anglican continuum, to stop the breaking apart due to self righteousness, due to pride, intellectual pride, or anything like that. It's about the genuine business of coming towards Christ, and that's why I think we rejoice. We rejoice in our newfound unity, an expression of unity. So God bless you. God bless you if you are one of the members of the continuing Anglican churches. God bless you, and may your efforts to reunite be successful, and may you see in others that wonderful presence of Christ, that we may come together. God bless you if you are not persuaded by it, the continuing Anglican movement, if you see us as just being a bunch of argumentative churches. God bless you that you may see in us the serious desire for Christ and his church. And God bless you that our unity, yours, mine, the whole church, that unity may be visible to all who need to know that Christ has one church. God bless you, and please pray for me.